So good morning everybody and welcome to the Isle of Skye. As you'll have seen in the clips prior to this, it was lovely and sunny when I arrived last night. I am at the lookout bothy at the top of Ruahunish, I think it is, and it's right at the top end of the Isle of Skye. It was lovely scenery last night. Wind and weather haven't been great, but it was sunk about towards the end of the day yesterday. It was actually quite nice, but as you can see now, can't see anything. So today I am doing the Skye Trail from here in, as you'll have seen at the phone box, Shulista Phone Box, and it finishes at Broadford. It's about an 80-mile trail. It's not waymarked, it's unofficial. In doing so though, it means I've got to follow cliff edges. We're going over places like the Store, through Portree, which is at the heart of the Isle of Skye, Sligacken, the Coolins, and then heading towards Broadford, towards the bottom end. This morning though, however, is a detour of plans. So originally the path is supposed to go on the cliff sides round towards Floddigary. Now because of the weather last night and the wind this morning, I am going to make the returning trip back to the phone box the way I've come and then head onto the road towards Floddigary instead today, because I'm not risking the weather, because there's a lot of cliff edges, and with the wind being as strong as it has been overnight, it got really bad. So I'm taking the initiative this morning, heading back the bit more decent way, and then I'll rejoin then the trail up at the road at the Floddigary Hotel, where I'm then looking at one of the locks in the area to camp on, because that's the last water source for the day. For tomorrow then we're going to get to Old Manor Store. But yeah, it's nice to be here. The trip yesterday was a 13.5 hour travel day. I ended up getting the 915 coach at Glasgow all the way to Uig, and then from Uig I got the last local bus, which is the 57C, all the way to Shulista. Overall, I think the total amount's cost me about £30 just in coach and bus. Obviously got train and stuff up to Glasgow, but it was really nice little coach ride. Weather got crap around the Highlands, but once we got towards Skye, it actually opened up quite a bit, which I was quite happy about. But yeah, this morning I'm not getting anything till probably late tonight now in terms of cloud diminishing. So I'm going to pack my tent up, because I've been on a hill all night and not been the most comfortable sleep. So I'm going to head off and then make our way slowly then towards Floddigary. So I've descended off the top of the bothy, back at the phone box. So now my aim is to head down the road here and then head to Floddigary, about an hour and a half away, I'd say. To be fair, getting off the top hasn't been too bad. It's getting to this point now, it's actually, weather's improved. But the wind coming off the top was absolutely atrocious. Reminded I'd have to have walked a cliff edge as well to get across and down, so I'm glad I've not made that decision. Because the bag and stuff, I didn't want to chance, it's got sharp edges and stuff coming down. And yeah, health and safety first. I'd rather enjoy the walk than risk myself. So, and the fact that I can't see anything with the fog, I may as well just take the road. Think about my feet, think about my own health and safety. So, on to Floddigary. Nice short day today, so won't be a lot of footage, but see what we see really, if we see anything at all. So I've officially rejoined the Skye Trail. It's been a nice little slog that on the road. Wind, yeah, it's been really bad. Got towards the first little village after the phone box. Sun started to come out, and then it's gone back in, and it's been raining. It's trying to come out again now. I am in Floddigary. I am going to whiz to, as you could probably just made out then, the Floddigary Hotel. I'm going to use toilets. Probably have a little pit stop. I'm about 15 minutes away from my spot for tonight, so I'm going to be there just after lunchtime, which is quite handy. Short day today, not really much to say. Gutted really, the wind as bad as it is. It had up to 27 mile an hour gusts, and I didn't feel safe at all on that coastal line this morning. And with how bad the wind was last night, I didn't want to chance it. We had nearly 20 mile an hour last night. So I've played the safe card. Tomorrow I will be heading up towards, not up to the store, because the probably weather's going to be similar tomorrow, but I'll be going around the store towards the Old Manor Store. There is a trig point somewhere, I can't remember the name of the peak, we'll go over the top of, but that's tomorrow. That's for tomorrow's worry. But yeah, Floddigary Hotel, it's time to go and have a little bit of a break. Ladies and gentlemen, we have sunshine, and I didn't think I'd have any today. I'm very, very happy right now. I have just left now while I have a break in the weather to head to my spot. I'm about 20 minutes away, but the Floddigary Hotel, definitely worth going in. Do like lunches, drinks and stuff. A really nice little cosy spot. If you need the toilets, you can use them here. And it is literally 20 minutes from the loch. I think it's the Cooreng, I think we're heading towards tomorrow. But it's the loch at the bottom there we're aiming for. If not, it's Loch Haskell, which is the next one above it. For my pitch today, but I'm glad the sun's come out because the weather's been atrocious all day and it's going to look like it's going to get worse as well the next couple of days. So I might alter my itinerary for tomorrow dependent on if it gets worse over the next few hours. If the weather's looking more crapper than it currently is looking predicted tomorrow, I'll be heading I think straight for Portree instead tomorrow, because the aim tomorrow is to finish just below the Old Manor Store and then finish off Portree on Monday, but the weather on Monday is looking awful, so I might push on for Portree on the road tomorrow all the way and then get a camping spot booked last minute or something, I don't know. But for now I'm going to enjoy this last little bit and finish off at the loch. So we've reached the end of day one already. Loch Langay, that was it. And then one up from there is Loch Haskell. And then we go on to the tops then. Tomorrow potentially. We'll see tonight. I'll make a decision in the morning. But yeah, my spot for the night is literally just behind the sign. Because it's flat and it's right next to the loch. I've got fresh water, so sorted for the night. Hopefully the wind's not too bad overnight, but I guess time will tell on that one. But for now, I will see you in the next one on day number 2. See you in a bit. So good morning everybody and welcome back to the Skye Trail. Today's day number 2 and the weather has improved. Last night about 8:30, 9 o'clock, the sun come out finally for the first time properly all day. So I ended up having my evening meal very late on to enjoy that weather, and this morning I've woke up to more dry weather. It had rained overnight because that was evident on my tent this morning, but I finally got a view of the Cooreng. So today we aim to head round the side of that and then up to the car park at the top, and then we follow over the moorland at the top, then it's over and up and down. We do a trig point, I'll get to that further in. I'll find the name for that, Ben something. But yeah, we're hoping to get to the Old Manor Store today. There's a little lock and just towards the, as you're coming down off the trail, aim to pitch around there, but as with the weather being horrific tomorrow, I need to make sure that I get a good pitch tonight, ideally out of the wind, ready for tomorrow, because that'll be a case of tomorrow I am going to have to divert on the road tomorrow. There's 40mph gusts expected and it's more coastal sections tomorrow, so I want to take the road into Portree instead tomorrow, and enjoy it instead of risking myself. But if today's dry for what it should be, and it's at least till 2 o'clock, this is what I've got for the day, at least until 2, and I should be finished by that point as well. It's just me aim anyway. Pitch there, as you can probably tell with the bag, actually quite a nice pitch. Only weird thing is I get no phone signal on the floor here, but I stand up here and I get full bars. It's weird, but really nice out the way. Saw a few people continuing on last night, which I don't blame them, to be fair, but being low down I felt like it was the right decision to do, as much as I probably would have got a nice view in the evening this morning. But yeah, up we go, Loch Langay here, and then we go up to Loch Haskell, then onto the tops. So let's see what today brings. So we've made it to the top of this particular section of the Coorang. So down there before was Loch Haskell, and then this little locken just here, that was my last pitching idea. I'm very honest, I'm glad I didn't. It looks very boggy. I'm glad where I stayed now, but the views over to the main, mainland Scotland in this direction here. I've got, what's there? Possibly Outer Hebrides in front of me. Yeah, make out just in the distance. It's nice. It's really, really nice. Tough descent, I wish. Tough ascent getting up this. It starts off quite nice around Loch Longeg, and it gets really steep then towards the top of this locken. But we are now cruising along towards the viewpoint in the car park, and then we take off the this track and it's onto the moors, and there's no definitive path. So if the cloud does get low, today we're going to be in for a bit of an interesting afternoon. So time to make a bit of a casual ascent now up to the car park and see what we can see from there before the cloud comes in. Well, we've made it to the car park, and can I say that was some tough climbing, and the last bit of the waterfalls to scramble around, but that was quite fun to be fair. So we're now actually going up to my first ever Munro in a short while, Ben Edra. So that's my trig point for the day. I would have done the store, but with the weather coming in later, I'm not going to bother. If I'm ahead of schedule by some miracle and I feel like I can do it, I will, but I'm not. It's not the original route, so I'm not going to do it. If I haven't got the time or the weather's against me. But Ben Edra is definitely being done because it's on the route. We now ascend over the hills now. It's just up, down all day now. About 8 hours from finishing, 2 hours in, it's now 6:30 in the morning. I am shattered. So I can't wait to get to camp tonight, not going to lie. But I know that I've got a nice short day tomorrow now to Portree, so I'm going to get off and enjoy, hopefully, the dry weather still for a bit. So climbing up this first little bit, I think I've actually made the decision to head for the road back to the car park, because that behind me is coming in, and I don't know if you saw, but that's towards the store. If it's going to be lack of visibility, I'm not going to see much, and I'm not being funny, it's not waymarked, and if it's boggy as well, I don't really want to chance it. So I'd rather enjoy the scenery, potentially with the cloud being as high as that, and enjoy the road and probably see a bit more. So I'm going to head down to the road. I'll follow the road to the bottom of the old manor store where the car park is. Might head up to where I was going to originally camp from there. If not, I'll stick low, close by if I can find a spot. If not just before, but I need somewhere with a water source ideally tonight. So I might have a nosy, but yeah, I think it's going to be the best decision because the weather's now moved in a bit. And you've seen a lot. Like, to be fair, to walk the first part of the morning and get that as a view, I'm not complaining. And it's going to be the same similar view later anyway, just on this side. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'd rather enjoy it than try and push it and then not enjoy it. And at the end of the day, just feel miserable. So to be fair, with it not being waymarked, I can make it whatever trail I want. As long as I get to see sort of sights, then why not? The guy in the Floddigary Hotel yesterday was like, if the sun's out, it's such an amazing walk. but when it's like this, it just dampens it. And to be fair, he has got a point, because it has been beautiful when it's been nice and open, but when it's been cloudy and rainy, it has ruined it a little bit. Like yesterday, I'll be very honest, it ruined it, but right at the end of the day, sun come out, it was like brilliant. It's cheered me up a bit, but yeah, I think the best decision now is I'll head for road. I just finished the last 14 miles off on there instead from here onwards. So let's get down and I'll see you at the road. And that is the reason why I've come off, because all of that now is in cloud. I'm assuming somewhere on the top there is Benidra, or Benidra even, and then somewhere over that direction is the store. But yeah, I'd have seen absolutely bugger all, and I'd have enjoyed it more now actually coming down here, because we're not far now from the main road, so not far to go. So long time no talk. Leal View Honesty Box. £2.50 each. I've got a chocolate brownie and a Terry's orange fudge. And with the view behind me and the weather still holding up, I can't complain. However, I had a bit of a hiccup. So I'd left the war memorial, I had found a bench to sit and have a bit of a rest. Made it, 45 minutes to an hour away. And then come to take a photo and I'm like, where's my phone? Left my phone on the bench, so I've had to walk all the way back to get it, to walk all the way back again. So yeah, I'm now a bit ahead. I'm about just over 2 hours away, I'd say, from being done. Starting to really feel it now. I picked up a foot injury prior to doing the Beacons Way, and that got postponed on the day I tried to attempt that. So I'm trying to keep it a bit under wraps, but it's becoming a bit of a problem. So I'll have to monitor that. But nice little honesty box, and I'm quite happy. I was just wanting some fudge, and lo and behold, I've not been let down. So I'm going to have a little bit of this now, and then I'm going to head off and finish the last little bit. So I don't know if you can hear me, or you can hear me over at least the rain. We are finished for the day. I have waited a few hours to record this. So I'm on the Skye Trail, which is literally just next to me. This is the only flat spot between the car park at the Old Manor store and this particular spot, which is just off the dam over the Loch, I think it's Loch Lealt. It's not particularly very great. It is starting to flood in some areas of the area where I'm pitched, but it should be fine for the night. Weather's got a hell of a lot worse. There is now a yellow weather warning for tonight into tomorrow morning for rain. So not helpful at all. The last hour and a half or so was when I got the brunt of the rain, and it was just fine rain. Couldn't see anything in front of me. It was awful. And then when I finally got to the toilets, it broke out a little bit. Managed to just get my tent put up dry, and then it started again. So I've got quite lucky with the weather today. Overall, quite a scenic day, to be fair. Really enjoyed the road, in all fairness, as much as it's not the correct path. I'm not being funny, I'd have seen nothing on the tops, and if the weather is as bad as it is now, it might have just as been as bad as well up there. So probably made the right call there, taking the road today. Tomorrow I am going to see in the morning. Weather has moved, so I might be alright weather-wise, at least a Portree, but I am debating getting the bus in the morning. I'm feeling a bit fatigued, and with the weather has been as it has been today in the last couple of days, just not feeling it. But I will see how I feel. It is a 3.5 hour stretch tomorrow from here to Portree. I am going to be taking the road as much as I have come off the road now for the trail. Weather being better, it's still going to be 30 mph gusts, so I'm not risking the coastal section again. So we'll be following the road down if I do walk it. If not, have a short day, get on the bus and have a bit of chill time in Portree. Knock a few miles off. I'd rather enjoy the next 3 days after it, because they are going to get better. Or absolutely have a bog fest and get absolutely soaked again for the sake of a 3.5 hour day. So I'd rather, you know, dry out, because everything is soaked today, and I mean absolutely rinsed. But I am pitched up in a nice little spot, quite cosy, so I'm going to head off for the night, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully in day 3 of the Skye Trail. So I'll see you in the next one. So good morning everybody, and welcome to day 3 on the Skye Trail. So today will be a bus journey to Portree today. The weather last night was really windy. Lucky where I'm pitched though, because it's took a lot of the force off it, but it's absolutely howling a gale out there still, and the rain's not let up at all since I pitched up yesterday afternoon. So I've made the decision today to head to Portree on the bus. It's a 3.5 hour walk I'm missing, and with the low clouds still being about, it's not going to be worth it. And all my stuff's wet, my coats, my down, everything's just soaked, and I'm just going to be cold and wet, and I'm just not going to enjoy it. So I'm making the decision today to head early to Portree. So I'm aiming for the midday bus from the top of this dirt track, and then heading to Portree, and I'll probably explore around Portree. To be fair, I've got a few hours to kill before I can check in at the youth hostel, not the independent one. Paid about £88 I think for the night. It's a private room, so I'll be able to dry everything off, get all my tent dried out, ready for tomorrow, which will be my day 2 consumery bothy. Hopefully I can get in this one, because it is a bigger one, and I can get out the rain and stuff tomorrow night, and then it's a case of dry weather then for the last 2 days hopefully. So should be on the up from here onwards after today, fingers crossed, with a relatively okay day tomorrow in terms of terrain and hopefully weather. So time will tell on that part. Had a good night's sleep though. Ended up putting the headphones on because the wind was just that bad. It is 30 mph gusts at the moment, and you can tell from where I am at the moment how bad it actually is. So I want to get packed up, get sorted, probably show you the dam. I got to go back over to get to the road, and yeah, it's going to unfortunately be a cut short day today, and enjoy what I can. It's not been the greatest 3 days, I'll be very honest. As much as I did enjoy most of yesterday on the road, it's not been great weather wise. It's probably let me down a bit, and the guy in the hotel at Florida Garris obviously has said to me, if the weather's good, you're sorted. And next week it's looking like it's great weather here, which is annoying because I'm not going to be here, because I'm getting prepared for my coast to coast. So hopefully that one's better at least. But if the next 3 days are going to be okay, it might just change my mind on the actual trail itself, so time will tell. Anyways, I'm going to get packed up, and I'll see you back out in the lovely windy conditions and all the rain. So we're all pitched up, and if anyone's wondering where I pitched, I'm going to spin round. You won't be able to hear me because of how windy it is, but you can see the dam and the coast. So if you come in off the main road where the El Manor store is at the car park, if you head down onto the Skye Trail, continue on it until you get to the dam. If you just come over the dam, there's a little spot just further up. The water sources wise, not great. There's a little waterfall there. It was stinking, foaming, so it didn't bother. The lock, after getting it out the lock, it wasn't particularly looking great colour wise, so I didn't end up drinking any of it. So water recommendations is probably head for the cafe at the El Manor store if they let you fill it up before you get here, because otherwise you've got no water source more or less until you get to Portree. Well, I'm going to head off. I've got an hour to the bus. Weather has opened up a little bit now, but I am going to get the bus. If I need to dry off, I'm very much very wet, so I'll see you back at the main road. So, as you can see, I'm in a lovely cosy bed. Ended up going into the, I think it's the Isle Inn, or the Skye Inn, which I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Isles Inn, just across the road from the hostel. I spent a bit of time in there, warmed up a bit, charged a few of my bits, and then just checked into the hostel. So I'm at the one of the two youth hostels. This is the not the independent one. So if you are booking it, there's two. There's the independent hostel, then there's the hostel in Scotland one. I'm in that one. £88 for the night. I've got a private room. I'm able to get all my stuff out, dry everything out, put my feet up in a nice cosy bed, and I can just chill out. Gutted I haven't walked today. I would have loved to have done it, but with the weather being as crap as it were still, the wind gusts were horrendous. Waiting for the bus was like waiting in a wind tunnel. 30 mile an hour gusts on the lock, and there was no bus shelter or anything, so I was getting absolutely sprayed with rain. I'm glad I didn't walk that, because I'd been walking head on into that, so it's a shame. I wasn't going to see anything anyway today because of that fog, so I've made the right decision, I'd say, on my part. So tomorrow, fingers crossed, we'll be heading to Cansumi Bothy. So the plan is to get up nice and early and get the first bit done. We follow the road mainly along towards the east coast, yes, the east coast tomorrow, and then we turn around through Loch Slegachen, hit Slegachen at the campsite there, over the main road for the final time before my finish, and head over to the Bothy, and then we'll be heading from there the day after to a wild camping spot I found in one of the old abandoned villages, part of the Highland clearances, just after Torrin, and then finally Broadford the day after. Weather's looking better tomorrow, not great though, a bit mostly foggy all day. The last 2 days are looking the drier and hopefully the sunnier as well. If I'm being very hopeful, it is Scotland, but time will tell. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my evening, and I'll see you tomorrow in day number 4. So good morning everybody, and welcome back to day 4 on the Skye Trail. Now I have changed my itinerary for today, so I've ended up getting the 915 coach to Slegachen. People keep saying Slegachen, I'm going to go with Slegachen, it sounds more, rolls off your tongue more. I've got that instead, and doing half of the day of my day 4 section, because the section between the side road you walk all the way down to, and then over Loch Slegachen itself, there's a major river crossing which is just literally across from the campsite, and from what I can see now, I'm glad I made that decision, because the amount of rain we've had over the last 48 hours, I've done a similar sort of walk on the Pennine Way, and it was absolutely awful. The water was so high, and I got into a little bit of difficulty, and I didn't want to do a river crossing, especially after getting all my stuff dry yesterday. So I thought I'd wait a few more hours, get a bit more sleep. Weather's improved a bit, and I'm now walking into the Coolins, and we're heading to Cansumi or Cansumi Bothy. So that's where we're heading today. It's about 4 hours, about 9 miles or so today. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get a bit more views, and so far it's looking like that. And if the weather improves a bit more as well, I'm looking forward to it. The temptation last night to go home was very high. I wasn't really feeling it now. The bad weather we've had over the last 3 days, I just wasn't feeling into it. But I'm going to keep my positive mindset on, and I'm going to hope the next couple of days improves, and hopefully have a nice finish in Broadford on Thursday evening. So 9 miles today, let's see what we see, and let's try and enjoy the last half, if anything, of the Skye Trail. So let's see what today brings. So now we've got some reprieve from the weather for the first time ever. Last night's youth hostel, actually really good. I paid £88 for the night, private twin room en suite, perfect. Could not have argued. They've got a towel rack, radiators and all that work, so to dry all my stuff off, it was perfect. And the bed was so comfy. I obviously got in, checked in just before 4 o'clock, and I didn't leave apart from getting food last night, which if you are looking for food, I do recommend the I think it's called the Pizza Way. It's literally round the corner. And I got a meat feast, took off the red onion, but they had haggis on it as well. Oh, it was beautiful. And the cheesy garlic flatbread. Oh, not cheap, but it was well worth the price. But yeah, if you are staying in Portray, do recommend that youth hostel. Not the independent one. I can't review, that's obviously not been, but definitely the hostel in Scotland one. I'd recommend that definitely. And enjoy your night stay there. There's a lot of pubs and stuff around there. There's co-op and stuff to stock up even all your gear and all your food and drink. So take it in. But the dramatic sky I have at the moment, and if you can just, in the distance, I could just make out the A87 that I've come down this morning, and I'll be rejoining again on Thursday evening. But it's finally brightening up a bit, and it's nice. It's finally put a smile on my face compared to the last 3 days where I was a bit miserable with being absolutely waterlogged. But we're going to keep going because the midges are trying to get me, and I'll see you further down the trail. So good morning everybody, and welcome back to the Skye Trail. Today's day number 5. Sorry for not finishing last night. I got very cosy in the bothy and fell asleep, and I was too knackered to do any filming, so I didn't bother. But what a nice little bothy that is. There was a good 10 of us nearly last night, all pitched in there. It was quite nice. Met some new people, talked what their itineraries were and stuff. It was quite nice. And the weather this morning, thankfully, has started to lift with, if you can just make out behind my head, some blue sky, which is heading my direction, hopefully. I've had no phone signal at all, so if you are looking at, calling loved ones, this, that, and the other, you're getting nothing here. The locks, before you get here, probably the last bit of signal you get before we head up. So today we are diverting again, and I'm probably going to divert the rest of the walk now because I'm not really feeling as very enthusiastic as yesterday. So I'm taking the shortcut to Kilmary and then jumping across onto the road from there all the way to Torrin, and then from Torrin I take the little path off just towards Susnish, which is where I plan on wild camping tonight. And then tomorrow I'm just going to rejoin the road and then finish the last bit on the road to Broadford in the morning, because I can't be bothered now. I'm really fed up. The weather's really put a downer on it, and to wake up this morning to more cloud, I was a bit like, yeah, I can't be bothered now. So I'm not risking it. I want to take the easy route now, but still try and enjoy what I can. The cloud is lifting, so hopefully we'll get some views by the time we get up to the top of here. But yeah, nice. It's 14-ish, 15-mile day now, I think. About 6 hours towards Susnish. Should we went through Kilmary, Torrin, and then obviously finishing then at Susnish. But yeah, so far so good. Get through this bog from the bothy and then rejoin the farm track road, then all the way to Kilmary. So see you in a bit. So we've made it to the road. I'm quite happy to be here, not gonna lie. I'm about 4.5 hours now from being done. It's about an hour longer than yesterday from Sligacken to the bothy. I am going to stop over in Torrin before finishing. It's the last little village before tomorrow at Broadford. There's a little cafe there I want to nip in before that closes, just to have a bit of a rest and chill, and then just walk round down to Susnish. But overall, quite a nice little trail that. Coming over the tops, it was pretty steep, pretty rocky, and with a low cloud you couldn't see anything, but as soon as you've topped out, start dropping, it was actually quite nice. And I've now greeted to no cloud and dry weather. And the sun has tried to come out, so hopefully it tries to do it again. But just back there is where I've come, basically, over that ridge there. But the bother last night, can I just say, for the facilities you've got, there was quite a lot in there. Loads of gas people have left, board games, spare food. The bunks were actually quite decent. We're all grouped together, but we didn't mind. It was nice. We all respected each other's privacy. It was really, really good. So I do recommend, if you are doing the Skye Trail, do that bother, but get there early, because I got there around 2 o'clock. Obviously it was me and one other person. By about 6, loads turned up. So if you want a pitch in there, first come first serve, get yourself there early. So if you are setting off from Portree, get yourself up early, get it done. I'd probably say around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock leave out of Portree, get there early and enjoy the bother. And it's quite nice. If it's a clearer day, you could see all around. It was beautiful when it did come clear this morning. So I do recommend it. But anyways, onwards the road we go, all the way to Torrin, and I will see you further down the road. So that there should be my spot for the night, along that line there. So that's Susnish just round the corner there. I'm not going to take this round to Broadford. I'm going to go back and over the road into Broadford. But what a view! What a view! So we're just coming into Torrin now. There's a cakes and takeaway place, I think it's Amy's Cakes. It should be open. I want to head in there first. And then about an hour away to, if anything, from pitching. Maybe a bit more, depends on what I can find first. There is a spot that I'm eyeing up. If it's got fresh water and stuff and it's flat, I'll be fine with that. So I want to be close to the road as possible, because tomorrow it's only a 2-hour walk all on the road. I am taking the road as much as the sun is coming out, and I'm going to spin to the blue sky that is trying to pop out. I am going to finish off tomorrow just on the road. Really deflated walking in general this one. Not enjoyed it as much as I thought, so oh well. I've enjoyed what I can. Onwards we go into Torrin, and I'll see you at the cafe. So I've just stopped over at Amy's Place Cakes. Really, really good. Coffee, hot chocolate, soft drinks, alcohol, cakes, obviously. They do sausage rolls and stuff like that. So definitely recommend popping in if you are finishing your day. Just pop in. Shuts at 4:30. It's open on Tuesday to Friday, so it's quite decent, to be fair. So definitely pop in if you're doing it midweek, this section. But now I'm going to go and find my pitch somewhere between here and towards the coastal section towards Susnish. I am not going to go all the way through to Susnish, hopefully. I'm going to try and keep close to Torrin if possible, but Sun's coming out, so hopefully we get a nice pitch tonight, so let's see what happens. So we found a very, very good pitch, and it's secluded from the weather because we've got southerly winds tonight. I was like, I need to be somewhere sheltered facing off to the south, but also have somewhere really nice. Lock slapping, wow, or sleeping, wow, what a pitch. You know what, smile on my face today. The last, 4 hours of the day, sun's come out, blue sky, it's really cheered me up. So walking from basically all the way along there, all the way back there, all the way up there, and then down. It's been an absolute long slog along that road. Worth it though. Short day tomorrow, be a short walk back to the road, and then I'll just finish the last 2 hours on the road tomorrow. I'm not feeling very confident in doing the coastal section again tomorrow. I just want to get it done now. I'm kind of fed up with the weather, even if I have got a dry day today. But I'm going to enjoy my evening. I'm nice and early, it's nearly 2 o'clock. And I will see you in day 6 on the Skye Trail. See you the next one. So good morning everybody, and welcome back to day 6 on the Skye Trail. I actually had a very good night's sleep last night, and can I just say that spot was perfect. There was a few people that walked past yesterday and all I heard was, that's a really good spot that. And I'm like to myself, yeah, it is. It's a really good spot. Out of the wind, it did rain a little bit last night, not loads, but it was quite nice where I pitched, and just here it's pitchable as well. I had 2 guys who were staying at the body with the night before. They ended up catching up to me later in the day, and they pitched right near here as well, which was quite good. But yeah, if you are looking for somewhere to pitch, there's at least 2 or 3 spots just before you climb up towards Susnish. If you wanted to pitch a bit earlier, you can do. It does say no camping further up on the grassy bit, which is where the hut is back there. But because it's a grazing field for the sheep, but once you get this far up, my argument is there's not a lot of grass here anyway. It's not really a grazing pitch, so get it in, get it pitched, and the water is literally just next door here, so you sort it for water sources. But today, so we are taking the road. It's 2.5 hours from here now to Broadford. I would have done Susnish round, but after the weather we've had for the last few days, I just cannot be bothered. I will redo the trail, I think, at some point, and hope for better weather. It is just a case of you get lucky, and in my case, I've got unlucky with this one on this occasion. But I will redo this trail at some point, and I will do it in full. Probably won't video it, but I will do it on my own and do it in full and enjoy the trail. I've not really enjoyed a lot of it because it's been just so bleak and so miserable, and I'm having to then finish earlier or start earlier because of weather, and it's not felt like my usual walks. So this is a bit of a letdown for me, but I'd rather play safe than sorry and enjoy what I can with what I've got. It is dry today. It's looking like it might open up a bit later on this afternoon, but so far so good. We did get sunshine though back in there yesterday, which was quite happy about. It's the first bit of sunshine we've had since I arrived Friday last week, so I was quite chuffed with that. But yeah, on the road we should get some okay views. Hopefully the descent to Broadford will be quite nice. It follows the path further up anyway on the road, and then we'll finish in Broadford and get this trail done. So let's see what today brings, shall we? So we're shortly arriving into Broadford. Well, what a trail. Would I redo it? Definitely. I've missed a lot that I would have liked to have seen. Old Man Store, going up to the store, the section around Slegacken and stuff, and the coastal section at Ruahunish on the first day. So I've missed quite a bit, and I would like to redo it. So I would do it again, but with better weather, because it has just been miserable, and the weather's moved in again now. It looks like it might rain in a bit, so not too far now, about probably 15-20 minutes and I'm finished. But overall, it's been an okay journey, not the best, but I've done it at least. I've got to Broadford, got the coach back tomorrow, which reminds me, so how I got here. So the 915 coach, £28.40 from Glasgow to Uig, and then you can pick up then the local bus from there, or even Portree, either or, same price regardless on the coach, from there to Shulista Phone Box, which is where the trail actually starts. So if you are using public transport to get here, 915 coach. There's 2 coaches a day. I got the 1020 from Glasgow, and that gets you there for the last local bus then from Uig to Shulista. So if you are looking at doing it, it is possible to do it in one day all the way through to the Bother, from the West Coast Main Line, anywhere from Wolverhampton all the way up to Glasgow, because the first one from London doesn't get there in time. So you'd have to make, if you are coming from the south, you are going to have to make your way a bit earlier to make up for that. But overall, it's okay. I'm going to enjoy myself at the campsite Skye tonight, and head back tomorrow morning all the way to towards the Manchester way. So anyways, onwards we go. And so concludes the Skye Trail, and what a fitting way to finish. The weather's actually opened up and I can see the mainland being Kyle in that direction and the rest. I'm glad that's done. Now to go and rest up, chill out, and I'll head home tomorrow. Not the greatest one, probably not the greatest video I've ever done, but it is what it is. I'll see you all in the next one.